Hi. Tonight I'm going to talk about ideas. Why are ideas so important? Why do we place so much darn emphasis on ideas? The great Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception tells us that ideas are more viral than the world's most devastating disease. Because once that idea takes hold in someone's mind, it becomes a part of their personal identity and changes them. Ideas can be world-changing, and you need three things in order to create ideas. The first one is community. Ideas don't form in light bulb moments. Ideas form when smaller hunches bump into other smaller hunches and form bigger hunches that lead to big ideas. The second ingredient that you need is space. Communities need gathering space, and that space needs to be well-designed for collaboration and connection, like co-working spaces or churches. And the last ingredient that you need for world-changing ideas, and the most important one, is words. Words help to clear a pathway through the chaos of the jungle, so to speak. Words help to define our current reality and what we know. For example, let's talk about dream jobs. When I was a kid, I went through a number of different phases. I wanted to be an astronaut, a doctor, a teacher, but mostly I wanted to be a Disney princess. So fast forward a couple years, and I get a little bit older, my vocabulary expands, and I realize that Disneyland is not the only thing out there, and I'm in Greenland. As I was learning the local Inuit language, there was one word in particular that I kept on tripping over, and that word was ice. As I later learned, that's because there's over 50 different words for ice in the Inuit language, which meant that as I was learning those new words for ice, I kept on seeing new different types of ice. So, fast forward a couple years, and as I continued to search for my dream job, I kept on searching for my dream job in sectors that I was most familiar with. I thought that I had left my Disney world long behind, but in reality, I was just searching to become a different version of a Disney princess, basically Ariel turning into Belle. I kept on searching for my dream job in sectors that I was most familiar with because that was what I had words for. So, in my quest for finding a dream job, that ice analogy really stuck. Basically, I kept on thinking, what other types of ice, metaphorically, was I not seeing because I just didn't have the word for it yet? What role do words play in a global context? Words help to facilitate world change by providing the infrastructure in which world-changing ideas can grow. Words that are most effective in creating that cultural change are easily accessible and easily translatable, like a buzzword. For example, let's take our business culture. About 50 years ago, not the sole reason, but the big reason for having a business was the creation of profit. And the really only growth pattern in creating a business was more profitability. Fast forward 20 years, and we had the buzzword, social enterprise coined. A social enterprise is basically a company with a double or triple bottom line, a company that has a less linear value proposition than a typical business. So does that mean that social enterprises just didn't exist before this buzzword was coined? Well, no, but that buzzword did help give rise to a more public conversation and a new trend in business. And now, 10 years later, we've seen a growth rate of over 400% self-identified social enterprises giving rise to a new trend in business and helping more traditionally corporate companies think about business and profit in a totally different way. This buzzword has also given rise to a number of other buzzwords like SROI or microfinance, creating new opportunity areas for others to innovate within, changing the business culture from the inside out, all because of one buzzword. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? Words help to facilitate big ideas by providing the infrastructure in which world-changing ideas can grow. It's hard to see new things or do new things without words. So the next time you want to create or change the world, create a buzzword that sticks. And if you want to be more convinced, I'll give you the selfie. In order to drive the point home more, I want to take my first selfie with all of you. So if you could all please stand up. Thank you.